Emily straightens her clothes and fluffs her hair when I get to the door.
Oh, honey. The apartment looks nice, but it was a good decision to move you out of the dorms.
With the extra cost, this apartment better be than average. Well, since I don't have a meal plan anymore, you wind up spending about the same. Dad looks at me directly in the eye, gives me a small nod. I have no idea what he's agreeing to. Emily smiles and holds out her hand.
Hello, Mrs. and Mrs. Bunn. I'm Emily, son's girlfriend. It's very nice to finally meet you.
Emily's turned her British. My mom smiles brightly back at her.
It's nice to meet you, too. Do you need any help getting anything ready for dinner? Or knows my first Thanksgiving dinner was a disaster?
Emily shakes her head emphatically.
Oh, no, ma'am, I'm fine. School has us make Thanksgiving dinner every year since so many restaurants have make sure to have special meals for the day.
You can see my mom's face light up with the anticipation of getting to tell a story.
That's the first thing I've heard that I like about this school. You wouldn't believe what happened the first time I tried to stuff a turkey.
Mom and Emily's voices trail off as they go to check on things in the kitchen. I figure that now I ought to make small talk with Dad. Dad, you want to sit down on the couch and watch some TV? We'll probably wait till Mom has free time for a tour. Wouldn't you be able to whip it in the kitchen? I can't help the whitey tone I reply with.
Dad, you can't say a thing like that. It's sexist.
Dad looks at me a little too long before crossing his arms. Did I miss something?
No, it's stupid. You've wasted your time with this foolishness. It'd be one thing if you were lacking a female influence in your life or something, but that's obviously not the case.
How do you expect to support a family this way? Being a chef isn't easy, and it isn't guaranteed a necessarily high pay. Fuck off, nerd. I feel myself getting angry, and I have to think about Emily before I can bite back everything I want to say. Look, the point of this dinner is to meet Emily and have Thanksgiving with the family I already have. Let's not talk about this today. Look to the side. Can't we just watch football or something? I think the recap's on now. Dad sighs.
Fine, but only because it's Thanksgiving.
We have to talk about this at some point. We watch TV for about an hour, before I leave him to help Emily finish things up. I made the desserts, so I need to put them in the oven for heating while we eat. Emily does a great job on the meal. Mom cannot stop talking about her stuffing. Dad even admits to thinking that my pies are better than Mom's, but when we start drinking our coffee...
Emily, dear, you're such a great cook. You'll make a great wife someday.
Emily blushes.
Thank you, Mrs. Bunn. That's quite a compliment. It's so nice to see that there are still women taking their roles as wives seriously.
Great, my parents are garbage in this, apparently. Ugh.
Too many women are trying to have a career when they should be focusing on their husbands and their homes.
This is not where I wanted this evening to go. Mom. I didn't want to think about what she's trying to do by making a comment like that. Emily seems to take it in stride.
Oh, but I don't plan on being a housewife.
Mom looks really surprised.
Buh?
I laugh nervously. Oh, you know, Mom, she's super old-fashioned. Don't worry about it. Mom, of course, does not go along with my damage control and gets offended instead.
Now, see here. I thought that the point of this dinner was to prove that Emily would make a good addition to our family. Didn't you go to culinary school to find a proper wife?
I do not know where she got this idea. That takes this moment to further embarrass me.
No, he went because he thought, what would be the biggest waste of my time and my parents' money? Realized this was it. He rolls his eyes. Well, only it was to find a wife.
Dad's being sarcastic, of course, but I'm not sure he meant it more towards me or Mom. Mom, Dad, seriously? Emily looks really uncomfortable at this point. Dad, at least, seems slightly apologetic for Mom's behavior.
Can't be surprised by your mother expecting wedding bells. She's been planning a wedding since you finished high school.
Mom can tell that I'm getting pretty upset. She looks like she's thinking about what to say.
Yo, Emily, what do you want to do? Are you against marriage or just not ready?
I resist the urge to hold my breath. This is it. I never even asked Emily what she thought about marriage. Emily takes a deep breath. All the really bad New York accents are kind of tearing my throat apart.
I want to be the head chef of a restaurant that I co-run and own with someone I feel I can trust. Sometimes I run away with my ideas, and I think that would lead to poor management of the restaurant if I try to do it myself.
He pauses, and surprisingly, my parents let her continue.
I'm not against marriage, but I always figured I'd be closer to 40 than 20 when I start worrying about it.
Mom gazes at her with a critical eye before asking,
Children?
Without missing a beat, Emily replies. Good.
Or two after I turn 30 if I'm married. Otherwise, I'll consider adoption when I'm around 40, but only if it's relatively financially safe.
I want to applaud her for giving such a perfect answer. I had no idea that Emily thought about stuff like that. Mom smiles. Okay then, I approve. You have things reasonably thought out. I recommend being married to your restaurant co-owner, though. A family business has such a nice ring. Mom not at all suddenly wasted. Feel a great way to leave my body. In one fell swoop, Mom accepted our relationship and gave me the go-ahead on owning a restaurant. With Mom on my side, Dad will give in eventually. Especially considering that I plan on saving the money for myself. Dad sighs. He knows it too. Emily, you're a sweet girl with what appears to be a good head on your shoulders. It's important to know your limits. Keep my son in check, will you? I blink. I only want him to understand the value of the money we spend on him. I don't want him to kill himself trying to prove that he does. Can Dad leave so I don't have to keep doing his voice? It's Tyra all over again. Nobody remembers that. I'm honestly surprised to hear Dad say that. I thought he just thought I was being dumb. It never occurred to me that he was worried about me. Mom nods. Does it help that he's absolutely horrible at jokes? I did not marry him for his sense of humor. Emily laughs for probably the first time that night.
He's not very good at it either. He doesn't always notice them either.
Oh, maybe Dad was trying to be funny earlier? I look at Dad. He looks pretty uncomfortable. I kind of roughly change the subject and he looks grateful. For the rest of the evening, Emily smiles so brightly. I'm seeing spots, and the evening ends kind of anticlimactically. Totally isn't what I expected, but I'm happy that things are quiet, at least for now. And, oh, it's December. Not too long after Thanksgiving, Mom calls me. Okay, yeah, I'll ask her. I love you too. Bye, Mom. I hang up the phone and I put it back in my pocket. Emily looks at me from her seat on the couch.
How was it?
Mom hopes that you're doing well and was wondering if you wanted to come to her New Year's party. Emily squeaks.
Me?
I laugh. Yeah, it was like love at first sight or something. She loves you. Emily blushes.
I mean, it was just me, you know?
I grin at her. Yup, no wonder she likes you so much. Emily shoves me.
Shut up, don't tease me so. Shut up, don't tease me so much.
We tussle for a while until my message tone goes off. Emily straightens her clothes as I read and reply to the text.
Who was it?
Paul. You want to know if we could hang out tonight? I said it was okay. Emily looks thoughtful.
I guess it is okay. What way doesn't it have a date, though?
Smirks at me.
After all, I know a couple girls who've asked him out for coffee.
Time I'm going to turns red. Cough to my hand. Well, he still misses Lisa. I don't think he really tried to get over her. Emily sighs.
Sounds so lonely. Can't we do something about it?
I'm gonna make an excuse. Any of us have time to? I mean, we're almost second semester seniors. We need to focus on our grades. Emily frowns.
Grades first?
Should we be focused on making nice memories? I wrap my arms around her and pull her to the couch. Well, grades matter for jobs.
I thought we were gonna open a restaurant together.
Well, yeah, but we need money for that.
Your parents like me.
Can't we borrow from them? No. Well, we could, but I don't want to. Huh? I want to do this without them.
I thought your parents didn't want you to overwork yourself.
I poke a nose and laugh. That's what you're for. With two people, it'll take half the time to save the money.
But I have student loans. Would that set us back a lot?
It'll work out. Emily pulls herself from my grasp and glares at me.
Easy for you to say. You don't have any.
What? Emily, it's not a big deal.
It is too a big deal. With my loans, it'll be harder to get loans for a restaurant. I don't want to have to wait decades before my dreams come true.
I try to lighten the situation. Let's not over-exaggerate. At this rate, you sound like a gold digger. Gives me the look she gives me could kill.
Well, excuse me for not having rich parents.
Not what I meant. I take a deep breath. Look, just see what happens when we graduate. I have some money saved already, and we can always make the loans in my name since my credit is better anyway. Emily continues to frown. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound so callous. Emily sighs.
Okay, but we have to talk about this later.
I agree just in time for Paul to get back to the apartment for an awkward movie night. Oops. Okay, yeah, we didn't do the graduation when I played this however many years ago, so here we are. Graduation. I finally made it. So much happened over the last 4 years. Mom, Dad, and I are hanging out at the nearby park for the graduation luncheon. You'd think at a culinary school we'd have better complimentary lunch. Apparently not. I look at my watch and notice the time. Sorry, I'm meeting with Emily, so I gotta go. My mom frowns, but she thinks that we're too serious and to not be engaged already. But we're old enough to be in a committed relationship and worry about marriage on our own terms. Dad, he just nods. I say goodbye again and promise to say hi from Mom before walking to the cafe where most of our dates take place. It's comfortable and familiar. My phone beeps.
How are you? I miss you.
Who's there? I see her at our regular table and rush to sit down. My favorite drink, a cappuccino at the moment, is already there waiting for me. Thanks. Emily smiles softly at me.
Isn't it exciting? We just graduated.
I sip my espresso before replying. The adrenaline from my diploma wore off when my parents congratulated me. Yeah, but now we gotta go get jobs or something. Emily frowns briefly before smiling again.
Don't be such a downer. And it's not like we don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna open a restaurant together, right?
Well, yeah, but first we have to make the money to start one up. Her smile falters.
What do you mean?
It's not like the money for opening a restaurant is going to come out of nowhere.
Yeah, but I thought
We had this talk. What?
getting the money for from your parents.
We had this talk. Okay, so my parents are upper middle class and can afford to give me the money to start up a business, but I'm really surprised. What? Where did you get that idea? Emily frowns at me.
Your parents can afford it. Not like mine can. You know that I'm up to my neck in loans.
Yeah, do that.
Why not?
I don't really know what to say at first.
Didn't we already talk about this before?
Yeah. We were fighting about this before, but we didn't really talk about it. When she keeps looking at me, I realize I have to say something. Well, pause to make sure that I say it right. Because we'd be doing it together. It's not right to ask my parents for money when it's something combined like that. It's our life as a couple and like the next step in our relationship. I can't ask for their money when I'm independent of them. It wouldn't be right. Emily doesn't let up on her line of thinking.
Isn't that what parents are for? Independent or not, they should support. Shouldn't they support you?
Her eyes light up.
Did you already ask and they said no? Don't worry, I love you anyway, even if your parents are cutting you off.
What? That's a joke. I didn't say that at all. Just because I don't want to take money from them doesn't mean they don't want me anymore. They'd probably give me the money if I asked for it.
And what's the problem?
Maybe it wasn't a joke. I sigh. Look, as I just said, starting a restaurant together is like starting our adult lives together. Try to emphasize the word together. Emily doesn't look amused. As an adult couple, I don't think we should be depending on our parents to get somewhere.
Oh, I see what it is.
What?
You're ashamed of me.
What? What is it with you today? What is it with you today and saying outrageous things?
Is it really so crazy? I mean, you don't want to get money from them because it's not just you. I think I'll drag you down, and as long as I'm involved, it's not worth spending your precious parents' money.
Okay. I didn't say that.
No, but you might as well have. After all, the whole problem is the fact that we're together. Was this the plan all along?
He's yelling, and people are starting to notice.
You were going to insist on waiting to open the restaurant as we worked menial jobs until I gave up. Then you go get married to someone that wants to stay home and then get the money from your parents to open up shop all by yourself.
She's creating plots that, like, maybe I do that. I dig plots out of nothing too, but wow. No, I'm not. I raise my voice right back at her. What the hell? I didn't say anything like that. Stop putting words in my mouth. You always do this. Who said anything about marrying someone who doesn't want to work? And just because you stay at home doesn't mean you're not working.
Are you saying I'm being irrational?
Yes. I nod and laugh sarcastically. Well, yeah, right now you are. You really think so badly of me that I'd do something like that? Emily glares at me.
I can't trust you not to. After all, you're the one who just said I was delusional and making things up.
That's because you're delusional and making things up. Said that you were reading too much into things. I'm doing the best I can to be reasonable about this, but you really crossed the line. Emily's starting to quiet some, but she's speaking really quickly to show that she's still upset.
Oh yes, because you're always so perfect and reasonable.
I didn't say that. I told you not to put words in my mouth.
I don't. You're just too damn passive-aggressive and to say what you're really thinking.
Forget thinking and then speaking. I'll just say what I'm really feeling. Well, you know what I'm thinking? I think that we should take a break. That explains a few things I know about the main game. I'm so upset that I'm breathing heavily. I wait for Emily to yell back, but she's frozen. When she finally speaks, her voice is so quiet that I can barely hear her.
You don't mean that, do you?
I can't help but tone it down, too. Well, I didn't, but now that I think about it, yeah, I think I do.
But we've been together for almost 2 years.
You just told me that you don't trust me.
I didn't mean it.
I almost couldn't hear her say it, but I did hear her. Yeah, you did. It's okay. But I don't think that we'd work well together in a business environment.
You don't need to open a restaurant together. We can get different jobs and save money like you said earlier.
I shake my head. No, this was something that I wanted us to do together, independent of our parents. Just don't get it. I feel like a broken record. I put a lot of thought into the plan, and you just dismissed it and insulted me instead. It's obvious that you don't understand.
Help me understand.
They probably should have talked more about this plan while in the relationship, to be honest. So, he kind of fucked up too. Plead with me now, and it's pretty sad. We don't get each other, period. You don't get why I need to do it on my own, and I don't get why you can't let go of the money.
Not materialistic.
I didn't say you were. I think you're just insecure. I thought that we were past the whole different economic background thing, but obviously we're not. Let's break up. Okay, that's one way to dish it out. She stares at me like I just stomped on her heart, which I guess I did. We meet again in 6 months, a year, 2 years, and if we're still single and if we've grown up some, we can try again. Stand up and take my ceramic mug with me.
Chris, don't do this.
At this point, I'm kind of numb. What am I going to do? Can I raise the money to open a restaurant by myself? I don't think so. At least not anytime soon. Maybe Emily's right, and I can only do it with help from my parents. I could have asked them for money to pay my life with someone, and maybe even thought of marrying, but now I don't have her anymore. Congrats on finishing the game! Over the course of the game, you made many choices, some of which were quite difficult. The officer said that the time you spend in college really affects who you turn out to be. Here's how it affected you. Okay. Or are they gonna change the slides? These statistics are used when you cook meals and determining what aspects you bring out in different ingredients. So I just middle of the road, apparently. This will be useful, quite useful when you're running your own restaurant, but you'll learn more about that later. Nonetheless, I hope that you enjoyed the game. Thanks for playing.